The sea eater is widely regarded as a gargantuan apex predator of the The sea eater has a fitness level of 2,000. The ancient prehistoric sea eater reaches an extraordinary fitness. Before the sea eater ruled the deepest ocean, its earliest ancestor survived somewhere completely different.
The sea eater is widely regarded as a gargantuan apex predator of the deep ocean. But what if creatures equal to its power actually existed? Imagine 6 formidable giants from the sea eater's own evolutionary lineage, each representing a different stage of adaptation. These ancient ancestors and possible future descendants would push its dominance to the absolute limit. Across these encounters, the sea eater must prove its supremacy in completely different environments and biomes. Let's see how its fitness level compares with the creatures connected to its lineage. First, we meet the land eater. It has a fitness level of 1,000. To survive and move efficiently on land, its arms and hands evolved to become larger and significantly more muscular. Its body gradually adapted from an aquatic form into one designed for terrestrial movement. During their first encounter, the sea eater comes face to face with its ancestral relative, the land eater. This ancient species originally adapted to a lush terrestrial environment before eventually moving toward the ocean. However, unlike its ocean-dwelling successor, the land eater does not benefit from aquatic buoyancy. Gravity places enormous pressure on its massive body and severely limits its mobility. As a result, it is considerably less powerful in direct physical movement than the sea eater. Over generations, its former wing-like structures gradually transformed into stabilizing membranes. At the same time, its arms and hands became stronger and more muscular, helping it support its enormous body while moving across solid ground. The land eater now spends most of its existence hunting directly on the surface as a gigantic terrestrial predator. Second, we meet the coastal eater. It has a fitness level of 1,500. This creature evolved specifically for ambush hunting in shallow coastal waters. Small fins developed along its limbs and tail, giving it greater control in water while still allowing movement on land. The coastal eater hunted both marine and terrestrial animals. Over time, it became a frightening semi-aquatic predator capable of traveling between beaches, rivers, and open coastal regions. Its ability to operate across both land and water made it a highly adaptable hunter. Third, we meet the abyss eater. It has a fitness level of 2,000. This creature evolved specifically for life in the deepest regions of the ocean. In the darkness of the abyss, it developed bioluminescent abilities that allowed it to produce light and attract potential prey. The abyss eater represents one of the most extreme evolutionary stages of the sea eater lineage. Perfectly suited to the crushing depths and almost complete darkness, it established itself as a powerful ruler of the deep ocean. Its environment demanded incredible adaptations, turning it into a specialized predator built for survival far beneath the surface. Fourth, we meet the sky eater. It has a fitness level of 3,000. Unlike its ocean-dwelling relatives, the sky eater adapted to life high above the surface. It could travel continuously through clouds and storms while hunting airborne organisms. It also consumed tiny biological particles suspended in the atmosphere, supplementing its diet with whatever organic material it could find. Although the sky contained an enormous amount of potential food, there was one major problem. Most airborne organisms and particles provided very few calories. For a gigantic creature of this size, the available energy was simply not enough to sustain its massive body indefinitely. Fifth, we meet the glider eater. It has a fitness level of 3,750. The glider eater was a powerful hybrid predator that dominated the lower skies while retaining enough strength in its limbs to move temporarily across land. Rather than flying at extreme heights, it traveled much closer to the surface. It swept through valleys and along coastlines, attacking unsuspecting prey from above. This evolutionary stage created a fascinating combination of aerial and terrestrial abilities. The glider eater could take advantage of both environments, becoming a hybrid hunter capable of flying through the air while also operating on the ground. Its stronger limbs gave it greater versatility, while its aerial abilities allowed it to strike prey from unexpected angles. Sixth, we meet the prehistoric sea eater. It has a fitness level of 5,000. This creature represents the earliest known ancestor in the sea eater lineage. But this ancient predator did not live on Earth as we know it. It existed within the endless atmosphere of a colossal gas giant located in another solar system. At their final encounter, the modern sea eater faces this extraordinary first ancestor. In a world with no solid land and no traditional oceans, survival depended on feeding on organisms suspended throughout the planet's enormous atmosphere. The prehistoric sea eater slowly moved through the endless skies, hunting enormous floating organisms while powerful storms raged around it. In this primitive form, long fin-like arms and clawed hands helped it capture and hold on to its prey. This ancient environment shaped the earliest version of the creature, creating adaptations that would eventually lead to the extraordinary lineage of predators that followed. The sea eater has now faced every level of its evolutionary bloodline. From the powerful land eater to the adaptable coastal eater, from the darkness of the abyss eater to the airborne sky eater, then the hybrid glider eater, and finally its most ancient ancestor, the prehistoric sea eater. Across 6 encounters, the deep-sea apex predator has been tested against creatures adapted to completely different environments. Each opponent represents another possible path in the evolution of this extraordinary lineage. And after facing them all, the sea eater has demonstrated its dominance across multiple fitness levels and biomes.